The most important numbers when it comes to this Georgia team, particularly as it relates to the Auburn game, what are they?
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Locked On Bulldogs, brought to you by GameTime. GameTime app, download them today. Use code LOCKEDONCollege, $20 off your purchase. More on them in a second. He's Daniel. I'm Clint. Today we are talking about the most important numbers for Georgia as it pertains to Auburn and why we're looking ahead and having a mixed bag of emotion coming back and forth of what we think of going to Jordan here. The biggest numbers that indicate Georgia could win or could lose, why that line keeps on deceiving us, and why it keeps on whittling down from double digits before the season, 9.5 to 8.5, 7.5, now down to 3.5 on many sports books. Daniel, I'm going to start here with the key numbers that I want to talk about. And I want to talk to you about the two numbers, 18 and 20. Daniel, we do this every week. We try to see, can you guess 18 and 20 for Georgia? What numbers do you think those correlate with? Play along at home as you're listening.
18 and 20. Let's see. Yesterday we were talking about snap counts, and so those could be related to numbers of snaps that players were getting. 18 and 20 could be a ranking of some kind, like where Georgia is positioned in terms of some kind of a metric. That's probably I'll probably go with that. I'm going to guess that it is a defensive metric because you're trying to talk me into something.
I'm going to give you, you are half right and you got there. I'm talking you in. One is defense, one is offense. And it's to say this, if you were to ask Kirby Smart on his team where they are right now, he'd say we need to improve in a couple areas. Where are you doing good work? And Daniel and I, we'd probably likely say this as well. 18th is the national ranking of Georgia's rushing attack offensively.
18th nationally.
We are 18th in the nation rushing the ball. Now, go ahead.
Go on. No, you go on. Go on.
This is really important and crucial because last year,
say more.
Don't go research this, but we weren't 18th in the SEC in rushing last year. Okay.
Darn near close to 18th in the SEC. We were outside the top 100 nationally last year, Clint. I believe 101st nationally, 14th in the SEC.
Oh my gosh.
18th. So now we're 18th nationally. We're talking about service academies.
Like teams that literally throw the ball 3 times a game. I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah. Service academies are some of the schools that are ahead of us. That is to say an area of focus and then an area of market improvement is probably the understatement of the season.
I'm so impressed. 20th is our defensive rank nationally against the run. Daniel, we can bemoan and get excited and or get disappointed in the pass rush and the pass defense, but actually stopping the run. And if we're going to be honest, the reason why we were in the game against Alabama, even losing the metrics of turnover battle, penalties, stupid stuff, third down efficiency. We were in the game because we were able to stop the run. We weren't able to stop the pass on third down, which is what ultimately doomed us, and a turnover and a misfield, all these things. We were able to run the ball and stop the run more often than not. This is just a truism of football, a coach speak, but also it is actual. And for all of you who are telling me, here's the actual. If you run the ball and stop the run, more often than not, you're winning those games. Just flat out. Because many of you are going to say, well, I want offenses like Texas.
Do you?
But do you? Because I'm being told Arch Manning's not the problem. He had 330 yards passing. He accounted for every single yard except for 30. Texas lost.
No. They lost to a good team.
Nope, to a horrible team. That's not me hating on Florida. I love hating on Florida all day long. That defense is pretty dang good. Running back's pretty dang good, but not a good team. How about Penn State? Were they able to stop the run against UCLA?
A good team?
No, Daniel.
No,
They had
no,
252 people in the stadium. That's how good they are.
Yeah, that's almost how many rushing yards they had, and that was the number of people they had in the stadium. So
18th rushing attack offensively, 20th rushing defense. Those are two numbers that I just want to encourage you by. I think we'll only improve with time again. I don't think we're going down from those numbers. I think we're top 20 in both of those. And if you're telling me, well, hey, what numbers are indicate a success percentage rate of wins? Those are two that I'd go instantaneously. I would also go to third down efficiency, and I'd go to turnovers. That's where I'd go. And to have two of the big four, woo, boy, howdy, Daniel. That excites me, especially going into Auburn, hostile territory against a team that wants to try to score quick and be explosive because they have to. I want to be able to control the clock, control the ground game, make Jackson Arnold throw and beat me, make Hugh Freeze beat me using Jackson Arnold's arm. He has not done it so far in his career. Okay. Just in his career. And if so against Georgia, again, I just want a 1-point victory is all I'm looking for.
Yeah. We mentioned 101st last year in terms of running the ball. 35th nationally in terms of stopping the run last year was Georgia. And so a market improvement in both metrics. Year over year, we bemoaned last year, Clint. This defense was soft. They were soft up the middle. This year, Kristen Miller, Jordan Hall, CJ Allen, Raylan Wilson, the middle of that defense, Elijah Griffin, the middle of that defense has been stout. They have been up to the task. Big Joe, Xavier McLeod, these guys have been up to the task. Even guys that we have bemoaned about their lack of ability to get to the quarterback. Gabe Harris has been able to set an edge and stop the run. Georgia has looked really good in terms of controlling the ground game. They have not been soft. We saw it against teams like Tennessee and Alabama want to run the football and just flat out not be able to run the football. One of the ways that Georgia able to climb back in that game and get so many consecutive stops in the second half, Alabama sitting on a lead. They want to be able to run the football, control the clock, limit possessions. They're not able to do that. It's one of the reasons Georgia was able to get back in that game.
Conversely, Alabama beat Vanderbilt because Vanderbilt started off with something like 155 yards rushing in the first two quarters. The fourth quarter, 0 rushing yards Vanderbilt had.
Yeah.
Alabama clamped down, and that's what ultimately won the game. Georgia could have done that same thing the week prior. This is a recipe for success. What I'm telling you is we have the ingredients, Daniel. Those two numbers really, really encourage me. We're going back to this. He's going to give me numbers that should point to something. But first, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is fantastic, Daniel. You should get over there right now. We love them. You love them. It's brought to you by PrizePicks. Every decisions, but PrizePicks, you can actually get paid for your right decisions. Season with PrizePicks is good. It's great. It's right. It's so fun, simple. Add more excitement to football. You just pick more or less on a player. Josh Allen's passing yards or Saquon Barkley's rushing for a touchdown. More or less. It's easy. It's fun to follow along with other players on the app and copy their lineups with one click. It's very simple. And a new injury reboot feature. If your player leaves early, doesn't return, it won't count against you. Download PrizePick app today and use promo code LOCKEDONCollege. $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONCollege. $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right.
All right, Clint. Let's go with two numbers.
Ooh, I
you gave me two numbers.
Uh-huh.
I give you two numbers.
Yeah. Okay? I like this.
It's interesting though because both of the numbers are the number 3.
Oh,
so I'm giving you two numbers, and they are both the number 3. Where do you think I'm pointing us here?
Okay. I don't think you're going to talk about Nate Frazier at all.
Okay.
On the podcast.
Okay.
So let me remove jersey numbers.
All right, sir.
From that. 3 could be another ranking.
It could be.
But top 3, that seems
you We need to be pretty good.
We need to be pretty good. And right now, I don't think we're that level yet. Maybe turnovers, maybe situational.
I'll give you this. Keep in mind, I was talking about, I referenced in the open, the most important numbers, particularly related to this game against Auburn.
That's really wild, Daniel. That's really wild. Wins Alabama or Auburn wins against Georgia in the last 20 years.
Yo. The Deep South's oldest rivalry is all right. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I hate to come out here and be deceptive, but I couldn't just come out and say that my number was 33 because then it would have felt a little bit on the nose. And so I gave you two different numbers.
It would have been.
They do happen to reside on the same jersey, though. Both of the number 3s live on the same jersey. And hell no, it's not Nate Frazier's jersey. No, it's the jersey of RB1 at the University of Georgia, RBU. It's the guy that's going to dominate the game if Georgia goes to Jordan-Hare Stadium and comes away with a win. Correct. And his name is Chanty Bowens. He has been, Clint, I don't have to tell you this, nothing short of a revelation for this Georgia football team. I don't know if you caught this in Kirby's presser. He was talking about Cash Jones and his ability to break tackles in the open field. And he said Cash Jones was actually coming into the season number 2 in camp when they charted broken tackles.
Okay, that's running back room. So that's number 2 from a guy who is pretty shifty left to right. Cash Jones ain't gonna put a shoulder down and run over nobody, but he might miss with a little dead leg.
Yeah, he's not gonna run over you unless he's covering a kick, in which case he's gonna absolutely hunt you
downhill. Correct.
No, number 1 was Chanty Bowens on that. He in fact, Chanty Bowens number 1 on the team, Kirby Smart, ahead of Zachariah Branch. So I don't know if you've heard of him.
And we saw what he can do by missing 5 guys missed a tackle against him in one play on Saturday.
I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he's pretty dynamic with the ball in his hands. Well, Chanty Bowens is that plus some. I said it on Saturday, Clint. He can do it all. He can run you over. He can run by you with speed, and he can absolutely make you look foolish in the hole when you're trying to, break down on him, and he leaves you like just laying on the ground, absolutely diving at air. Chanty Bowens is every bit of the running back that Georgia has needed. And on Saturday, I love the way that Georgia's been dynamic in the run game. I love the way that they're utilizing, guys like Zachariah Branch in the short screen game as an extension of the run game. I love the way they're using Dylan Bell in the run game. I love the way that they rotate their backs. I love Josh McCray in the red zone. But on Saturday, Clint, if Georgia's going to beat Auburn, Chanty Bowens is going to have his best game as a Georgia Bulldog. He's going to have over 100 yards rushing, and he's going to be the most valuable offensive player for Georgia on Saturday. And that's a near guarantee, like almost a lock that's what's going to be the case if Georgia's going to get the win.
What's wild to me about when you talk about Chauncey is that he's averaging nearly 6 yards a carry. Because 6 yards a carry, 5.5 yards, nearly there. He's got 3 touchdowns on the year, 56 carries total. When you look at his attempts, right? Yeah. They've gone up as well, Daniel. He had 15 carries against Kentucky.
That's right. That was with the rotation. It would have been even more, Clint, in that game.
6 against Marshall, 7 against Austin P, 12 against Tennessee, 12 against Alabama, 15 against Kentucky. Now, he's had longs of 19, 43, 13, 14, 21. He's had an explosive run every single game.
I'm sorry, say that again.
He's had an explosive run.
Mm-hmm. How many times?
Every single game.
Oh.
Now, the reason why this
that's
is so
something.
important, it's a lot of something, because that's how an offense is made, and that's how you continue success. If you can run the ball with explosive plays, getting nearly 6 yards a carry when he touches the ball, that's a first down every 2 carries.
You never see in third down. 5.5 yards a carry. You're not touching third down. That's the best way to be efficient on third down. I'm no savant.
We're no guru.
Right? I'm not Hugh Freeze.
No.
But I can tell you the best way to be efficient on third down is to be 0 for 0 on third down. If you're 0 for 0 on third down, you're either turning the ball over a lot or you're scoring a heck of a lot of points. There's only 2 options. That's it.
Yeah. Chauncey Bowens is the best running back we have, the best. And just as the season goes on, as our offense progresses, because the installation, again, we said it yesterday, a lot of young guys, a lot of playbook, a lot of guys. It's not hiding playbook. It's just progressing to other things with them, adding wrinkles here and there.
Yeah.
The thing you're going to see, and I think at Auburn, we're going to see it quite a bit. Don't sleep on Gunnar Stockton. Get a little sneak peek in. Don't sleep on Gunnar Stockton having an average as well of 7 yards per carry. Because here's what's going to start happening more. We're establishing the screen game. A guy like Chauncey Bowens comes in, and if you're going to pull it, and you're dedicating a linebacker to that RPO game, and you're going to crash down on Chauncey because he's going to go off tackle, off guard, and you're going to put somebody on Gunnar. Here's the other wrinkle that you put into it. You have on that left side, as you motion Delp on over, Gunnar's just staring down Zachariah Branch, watching if the end's going to come down on Chauncey. Fine, he does, but also linebackers flown over the top to take care of me. No worries. I'll just pull this real quick, throw it on over. 2-on-1 deal over there with Zachariah and Oscar Delp, and bye-bye. That's the type, when you have a guy doing 5.5 yards a carry, when you have a guy that's doing explosive runs, and you have to commit more to the box to stop him, it opens up and it starts having lanes everywhere for everybody. He starts, continues, sustains, and ends our offense. And I'm fine with it.
I don't want to bring up a painful subject, but just bear with me. How do you think Talon Taylor got so open late in the game against Alabama? How do you think that he's out there on an island against a guy that's got no business out there being on an island with him? How do you think that happened? Why was there no safety back there? Clint, over the top, helping out on the defense. Where was he? Oh, I don't know. Could it be the fact that we had rushed for 275 yards in the game and Alabama's defensive coordinator is absolutely beside himself trying to pull out every stop to get anybody and everybody down there in the box to try to stop this Georgia run game? That, if you want shots, if you want to open up shots in the playbook, that's how you're going to get them. And guess what? Gunnar's a guy that's going to put it right on you. He's a guy that's going to make an accurate throw. I mean, heck, we've seen that every single game.
Correct.
And we're still going to hear people talking about, well, I don't know if Gunnar Stockton's the guy that can get to, I mean, what do you want him to do?
By the way, can you come up with a name for stereotypical stupid Georgia fan? We need a name this, because every time I do the voice, I need to have a name to go with the voice.
Yeah.
To talk about how moronic we are, that Mike Bobo's the problem, not Glenn Schumann, that Gunnar Stockton is the reason why we lost against Alabama, and how if we don't use our tight ends, then Hartley's not going to have any more 5 stars coming through our doors anymore. They're all going to transfer.
Check back with me. Check back with me in a couple of years. We'll see. I don't know.
So we need a name. Hey, listeners, give me a suggestion on the name. Bryce is already taken. He's an actual real life idiot. I'm looking for a fictional name.
A fictional name. So it should not be the name of a person who's a Mississippi State fan who was formerly associated with Barstool. Like, it shouldn't be a real person's name. Is what you're saying.
That's what I'm trying to say.
All right, a fictional name then. All right, we're coming back. Clint's got one more number for me to guess. But first, these.
And these are Game Time. Game Time is fantastic. College football's
They are.
back. More exciting. Tailgates, rivalries, energy in the stands. Endless queues and hidden fees are not what it's about. Prices jumping at checkout. We're trying to get tickets online. Not it. That's why we use Game Time, the app that gives the advantage back to fans. It's the easiest way to score last-minute tickets. Guess what? This app makes super simple how to buy. You get views from your seats. You get all-included pricing. It's fantastic. We love it. Take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets with Game Time. Download the app. Create an account. Use promo code LOCKEDONCollege. $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Game Time today. But that's not all. Also have Squarespace. Squarespace is fantastic. Get over that now. Square is where it's at. Because guess what? Businesses that make the neighborhood comfy and homey and glorious. These are the places that we like to go. Every time I'm in Nashville, we got El Fuego. Get that queso dip, and that burrito with that rojo sauce on top of it with the cheese is fantastic. And the whole neighborhood thrives off of it. Sports is something that brings the neighborhood together, whether it's gathering at game day rituals, celebrating the best wings in town, or just being part of a fan base that calls this place home. Square is a proud partner of more than 4 million neighborhood businesses around the world. You go to square.com/go/LockedOnCollege to learn more. But before you do, go support your local favorite neighborhood spot. You'll be happy you did. Square, see you in the neighborhood.
All right, Clint, we've gone through three of the most important numbers for Saturday, all of them having to do with the run game. Georgia's ability to run the ball this year, 18th nationally. Georgia's ability to stop the run this year, 20th nationally. And Georgia's hope at running back, the guy that is changing the trajectory of Georgia running back, the guy that I've called the best Georgia back since DeAndre Swift. Did he have any big moments against Auburn? It's hard to remember. It's hard to remember if he did or not. Let's talk about one final number. Clint, where do you want to go?
I'm going to give you, and this is going to sound like I'm going to partner it. I have two numbers again with you, but I'm just going to give you the first one because the second one is context.
Okay, great. Let's start
47 is the number.
47, David Pollock.
47.
Great Georgia number. Legend. David Pollock was just talking to a South Carolina fan and reminiscing about David Pollock's strip sack fumble touchdown in the end zone. It was fantastic times. 47.
47.
That
Daniel.
feels like maybe like an explosive play, like the yardage on an explosive pass play.
Nope, it's not yardage on explosive pass play. Although that would be nice if we got that. No. Nope.
Okay. You wouldn't go back to a ranking here, and so
it is a ranking. Dan, I'm going to give you a ranking.
All right,
it's a ranking.
It's a ranking.
It's a ranking. 40. Now, I told you it's going to sound like it's bad because 47th is the total.
It's not great.
It's not great. Is the total defense rank that Georgia has this year. 47th nationally in yards given up. 43rd nationally in points given up. But then I'm going to compare that and combine that with 6th. That is the strength of schedule. I'm going to give you two names that Georgia has played thus far. And that is Tennessee, a top 15 team, Alabama, a top 6-7 team. Offensively, with two great quarterbacks and two pretty dang good running games and an all-talented team. 47th in yards given up and 43rd in points given up, but with a 6th overall strength of schedule that is not favorable because of so far these teams that we've played. And that's not including the other teams we got going on. I'm just trying to say to you, 47th and 43rd don't sound all that great in points given up per game and yards given up per game. But when you parse it with who you've played, Texas can go ahead and say, we're a top 10 defense, we're elite. You got bludgeoned to death by a literal one-footed quarterback. Right? Yeah. He's throwing.
No pulse. Zero pulse.
He's throwing trying not to land on
Sam
his foot.
Houston. They beat Sam Houston handily, Clint.
You ever get the feeling? By the way, every single time that Warby Parker commercial comes on and he talks about the new identity,
I love it.
it's the most fun. The first week, I hated it. I was like, "Get this off my screen now!"
Now
I love every moment of it. It's a warm blanket that brings me great comfort in life.
Cash those checks, Arch.
Cash them all you can, brother. Because Quinn Ewers is a better quarterback than you. Sark tried to tell us. He tried to tell us.
Blatantly told us by starting him every week. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's what I mean. When you put it in context, maybe, just maybe, I'm not saying this defense is elite. I would not say that. Do I think they can get better? Yes. However, can I say that it's not as bad as maybe I'm making it to be? And we are negative on the defense so far. They're not soft. We know that. There's a couple guys playing with fire, passion, energy, FPE, as Kirby calls it. But when put in context against two of the better offenses in the entire nation, we're still in the top third-ish in the nation defensively.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that right now, Daniel. I'm not thrilled with it. I'll accept it. Is that fair to say?
I think if you start to dive into some of the advanced numbers, actually, Clint, this Georgia defense looks even better. If you look at some of the efficiency metrics, the defensive efficiency metrics, the expected points allowed, the opponent adjusted, like strength of schedule adjusted metrics, Georgia still looks like one of the elite teams in the country when you look at those. 6th overall when offense and defense are taken into account in those advanced metrics, and 13th overall just looking at the defense. So like you said, 43rd overall in terms of yards per game.
Points.
Yes, we know, or points per game. Yes, we know that points per game is a skewed number. Like that's not all of those are like Penn State has played a trough of nobodies this year. That's not a 1-to-1 apples to apples ratio. So when you look at yards per game, you look at points per game, I think you're going to get some skewed numbers, but you look at these advanced metrics, they do a little bit better job of filtering out some of that kind of that garbage and getting you to the true measure of how the team has actually performed.
It is.
And so like Georgia, I think looks really favorable on those types of metrics. 13th overall in terms of, just the defense is that elite? No, but is it terrible? Is the sky falling? Maybe not either. And so it's still hard to say. This Georgia defense definitely needs to improve. We will see what happens on Saturday on the road against Auburn. But we've got a lot more in terms of that game to break down and to cover. We'll be talking about, can Georgia get a pass rush on Jackson Arnold? What's Georgia going to do against the talented Auburn wide receivers? Is there a concern in the secondary? Is Georgia going to be able to run the ball the way that we want to in a tough environment on the road? All of these things and more we will be breaking down for you as we move through the week. He is Clint. I am Daniel, and we will see you guys next time.
See you.